Some things are meant to end with childhood. Mine didn't. I'm a grown woman, and I still wet the bed. Every morning before the sun rose, my mother was already awake, washing sheets in silence, drying mattresses. She carried my shame like it belonged to her. Men came into my life with interest. They left with excuses. Mama, will this ever stop? Even if it doesn't, you will still live. Who will marry me like this? She didn't answer. She just held me. We hid it for years, until the night I slept at my boyfriend's place. It was raining, too late to go home. Morning betrayed me. You should have told me. If I did, you wouldn't be here. My family won't accept this. I already knew. My mother tried everything. Herbs, baths, rituals. Nothing changed. I ran away. An old woman took me in. She died. The problem stayed. On the roadside, crying, I met a man. His name was Ikenna. Why are you crying like this? I told him everything. Take this. I swallowed the pill. When I looked up, he was gone. That night, I slept.
A man met me one day and told me my problem wasn't medical. He said it was planted. He gave me pills and promised I would sleep like an adult after one night. I swallowed them. That night, my body burned. I shook violently. I couldn't scream. I thought I was dying. I didn't die, but I didn't wake up either. When my mother arrived, she cried and begged me to open my eyes. I could hear her, but I couldn't answer. They said it wasn't hospital sickness. A herbalist said I drank what wasn't made by humans. Something spoke through me and said it was sent for revenge. My stepmother later confessed. She wanted my mother to suffer because she couldn't give birth. I survived, but the bedwetting didn't stop. That hurt more than almost dying. Till today, nobody knows why it started. But I know one thing. That man didn't give me medicine. He delivered something sent. And whatever wanted me dead that night.
Please, help me, Mama.
A man met me one day and told me my problem wasn't medical. He said it was planted. He gave me pills and promised I would sleep like an adult after one night. I swallowed them. That night, my body burned. I shook violently. I couldn't scream. I thought I was dying. I didn't die, but I didn't wake up either. When my mother arrived, she cried and begged me to open my eyes. I could hear her, but I couldn't answer. They said it wasn't hospital sickness. A herbalist said I drank what wasn't made by humans. Something spoke through me and said it was sent for revenge. My stepmother later confessed. She wanted my mother to suffer because she couldn't give birth. I survived, but the bedwetting didn't stop. That hurt more than almost dying. Till today, nobody knows why it started. But I know one thing. That man didn't give me medicine. He delivered something sent. And whatever wanted me dead that night.
I still wet the bed even after my stepmother's confession. I had undergone being cooked for days, and yet there were still no signs of healing. My mother and I later heard about a seer who lived 1,000 miles away from our village. It was very far, but we had no choice. We walked for days, sleeping in the forest, at some point without food, tired and weak, until we finally got there. He was an old man with gentle white hair, and he was blind. Immediately we arrived, we were ushered in by his people. He told us to rest until evening. By evening, we were in his hut. He told me the reason for my coming, although I was shocked because no seer or herbalist had ever known anything until we spoke. The seer performed some enchantment and then told us that we already knew the cause. My mother and I were confused. He went further to ask my mother questions about a man named Obasi. Her face changed. Oh, I knew something was wrong. He told her to say exactly what had occurred between them right there and then. My mother hesitated for a while. Then she said that Obasi and she had been in a relationship for 10 years. His parents did not like her, but she didn't mind because she was in a covenant with him. However, she became very ready for marriage, and Obasi was not showing any signs.
My mother hesitated for a while. Then she said that Obasi and she had been in a relationship for 10 years. His parents did not like her, but she didn't mind because she believed she was in a covenant with him. However, when she became fully ready for marriage, Obasi showed no signs of readiness. Her parents forcefully married her off to my father, and she was helpless. Obasi could not bear the pain. It was rumored that he took his own life, but she was not sure because she could not leave my father's village to confirm it. The seer then told me that I had dated someone from Obasi's lineage as a teenager, and that was why the bedwetting became permanent. Obasi had died, yes, but he had laid a curse that prevented his family and mine from ever being connected. Anyone who went against it would face consequences. I was dumbfounded. I didn't know what to say or do. My mother was already swimming in tears. The only option we had was to visit Obasi's family and beg until both he and his family forgive us, which would definitely be
I still bedwet, even after my stepmother confessed. My mother and I went to her ex-lover's village. The people there looked at us in disgust, or at least that's what I noticed. We went straight to Obasi's family compound, where we met an angry woman. She was already old, but extremely hostile. She didn't even let us speak before she sent us out of her hut. I recognized my ex-lover, Tochi, but he couldn't come near. I think he was already facing the consequences. We left the compound and slept under the village tree close to the market square because nobody wanted us in their home. Tochi came at night to speak to me. He told me he had been facing a lot and that it all traced back to the fact that we once dated. I told him I felt the same way. I explained the reason for our visit. He reassured us that his grandmother would never accept us because of the death of her son Obasi, but suggested that we start by begging at his grave. He took us to the graveyard that night. We couldn't enter because it was extremely dark. He only showed us the place and left. The next morning, we went straight to the grave and started begging for his mercy. We begged for hours without a single sign. My mother cried like a baby and my heart was heavy beyond words. Then we got the idea to find a spiritualist who could help us communicate with him.
After years of bedwetting, we finally found a solution. We spoke to the traditionalist and everything seemed okay until Obasi's mother heard that we had visited his grave with a spiritualist. She stormed in and caused chaos. Everybody was yelling. Trust me, it wasn't a pleasant sight. We had no choice but to go to the village leader. Actually, we didn't really go on our own. We were summoned. My mother explained everything to him. He assured us he would try to convince Obasi's mother, which I knew was almost impossible, but that's beside the point. The next day, we went back to visit Obasi at his grave. Somehow we felt peace when we got there, as if he had finally accepted us. We thanked him and returned to our village. The old spiritualist consulted Obasi's spirit. After long hours of incantations and speaking into the air, he said Obasi had forgiven us, but we should let his mother be. Her forgiveness would never come. Honestly, I didn't care about her forgiveness anymore. I was already facing more than I had bargained for. We went home and somehow the bedwetting reduced. The liquids were not as much as before. It stopped slowly, and after more than a year, it fully stopped, at least for now. I was given some herbs to bathe with and drink daily, but that was okay. At least I was fine again. And yes, I started all over. My mom remarried after I turned 30, and I saw her smile happily. That was enough for me. I'm pretty sure Grandma is still unhappy, but I wish her peace. She lost her child after all. The end.